so much fucked up shit to get into.
Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey, here with my homeboys, as always, Jon Delcollo.
Hello.
Hello, friend. Jacob Furman Mattera.
Hey, yo.
Wet and Juicy Jeff Simmons, baby. Welcome back. What a pleasant evening we have this week where time does not exist between Christmas and New Year's.
The week the boss forgot, and he let us all go play. Our boss being God, because we work for no man.
Yeah, we don't have real jobs.
But I'm sure a lot of our employed listeners are having their fun this week.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. You can't get in trouble for anything at work this week. Go into the break room, eat somebody else's lunch. It's the least that they could do for you. They've all given you a hard time all fucking year. Go in there, eat somebody else's lunch. If you're a guy, go take a shit in the ladies' room. And if you're a lady, go take a shit in the guys' room and then let them all know you did it, and then watch the stampede as they go in to collect some of your shit. It's a nice time for everybody.
Distract the guys into taking your shit out of the toilet, and then that's when you go raid the fridge.
I've always said the nicest thing that a woman can do for a man is to take a shit in a urinal.
You have always said that.
Thank you. Jake, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about yourself?
I'm great. I got the place to myself tonight. You notice nobody else is here?
I noticed that. I thought you murdered them.
I did.
Oh, my God.
Living that Home Alone life.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
I made my family disappear. My Chris Benoit shit. It's like they're at my mother-in-law.
And what was wrong with the Bowflex that you have on the curb already?
It's
just a few days after Christmas.
Just getting ready for the move.
There's still a bow on it.
But I'm hoping I can stay up a little late tonight. I'm not a stay up late kind of guy, but I got the place to myself for once in my goddamn life.
Yeah.
I got to do something tonight.
What you got on the docket?
I don't even know what lonely guys do, man.
Gotta hit Wawa, pick up some chocolate milk maybe, some kind of snacky food.
Yeah.
Put a movie on, fall asleep on the couch.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah.
Put your sweatiest sweatpants on.
Oh, my God. Pre-sweated.
Just start looking at parlays on your phone. Don't make any. Just look at them.
While you have like The Office on in the background or something.
Oh, heaven,
Yeah.
baby. Jake, I've been trying not to gamble because we got our big excursion coming up this weekend.
Sports gambling's different.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. Different
Casino
tax-
games
yeah.
are different than
Different
sports.
tax category.
Yeah, thank you. I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So did your CPA.
thank you.
You listening, Roger?
But I'm hoping we get to do tonight's stinker because some guys I just cannot stay mad at, Jake.
Okay.
You know me. I like to look for the best in everybody. And this is a guy where I think there's so much good in there, and it's just a matter of taking a step back of all the horror that he contributed to. A lot of dead hookers in this one.
Okay.
Another thing that I always say is that dead hookers, they're like a box of chocolates, like Forrest Gump. In that, Jake, I've always said the dead hookers are like a box of chocolates. In that most people aren't sad when they're gone, and that we can do without a lot of them.
That must have been a DVD extra. You believe this? I was sitting next to a millionaire the whole time.
Well, we got a lot of dead hookers coming up. So that's contingent upon me and we, meaning Jake and I, and you sitting on the bench by yourself next to some retarded guy in a suit, winning the coin toss.
Well, I'm sure there are some dead hookers of the Joker's closet.
Thank you.
So, some dead hooker skeletons. Oh, it's boingy today. Hopefully that boinginess helps. In my luck is the forward top grab, the move that I've been needing this whole time.
That was so cool.
It's not. I am screwed. Another year without a Joker.
Dude, I was rooting for you on that. I've never seen the attack like that.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was very forceful. I could tell you've been taking like some ginseng or maca root or something.
Estrogen.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. You're growing your titties out?
Supposed to make my balls shrink.
Oh, man. Let's make your tongue fatter.
Something is weird in there today. Well, hey, a new goal for next year. Another new goal. Diet starts tomorrow and Joker episodes start next week.
The fat tongue looks good on you. And just know, Down syndrome's hot right now. If you watch Instagram, they're really doing everything that we do.
Okay.
So just know you continue to grow your tongue out.
Yeah.
You got
options.
Internet fame
I got
awaits you.
options.
You're going to have high schoolers presenting you with Air Jordans. There's so much cool stuff. You're going to be getting into games that you don't even, for teams you don't even play for.
Okay. Oh, they're going to let me shoot a bucket.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And they'll have candy and soup for me after the game.
That's actually how they make them dunk. They put a little piece of candy on top of the rim.
And
That's
then
why I see a lot of
afterwards,
these guys dunking.
come have your candy soup.
Yep.
And I just put, it's just unwrapped Halloween candy, and they give me a big spoon, biggest spoon in the school.
All because you're taking estrogen.
That's all you got to do.
So, Jake, this hooker killer that I'm going to talk about tonight is a fellow by the name of Joel Rifkin.
Okay.
Does he ring a bell?
Yes.
Yeah, that's you were saying Seinfeld.
That is an actual character's name, right?
It is, yeah. And that was the basis of the episode, is how unfortunate it was that this fellow was named after Joel Rifkin, a.k.a. Joel the Ripper. Which...
You think it's lazy? Lazy name?
No, I mean, he ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely ripping.
Yeah, I feel like when you're killing hookers, you're a ripper, right? Wasn't that Jack's case?
Well, it wasn't so much the act of killing them. He would mostly strangle them and or bludgeon them, but then he would dismember the bodies. That's where the ripping came.
Joel and Jack are
And he
both
wore really tight pants.
dismemberers.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Joel was kind of following in Jack's. He didn't name himself, right? His actions were
the press gives it to you. Most of the time, the press will give it to you.
Usually.
He wasn't a guy who would write into newspapers and shit like that.
Seems like he was going for a certain MO, though. I bet he wasn't mad at Jack the Ripper.
No,
or Joel
I don't
Ripper,
even know
rather.
that he was aware of him. He was just a guy who was just hell-bent on doing things his way.
And was he active in the 90s during Seinfeld? Was it like a current event that they were discussing?
Fairly current. He was arrested in 93, so Seinfeld might have been popping off around that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Ripped from the headlines.
I like that.
That was NBC style in the 90s.
That was good, Jake. John.
Thank you.
Jake and John, you're both good.
What is
Thank you.
Jake, Joel Rifkin was born January 20th, 1959. He was put up for adoption right away.
Damn.
3 weeks old, he gets adopted.
By the Rifkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
By Bernard and Jean Rifkin.
Bernie and Jeannie.
Yeah, I like
Sweet
that.
couple name.
Sounds like
Isn't it?
Yeah.
They sound like they never make love. They're just very nice to each other.
And they really want to have company over. And they're going to be really good hosts.
They have 2 twin beds in the master bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
that was the era.
No intimacy, just, they go out, they watch their shows, they have a program they watch together. Just not for me.
No.
Jake, you know me, it's like my wife and I, we smash like Monday Night Football helmets, and then we go at it like Italian gorillas.
Yeah. That's what you've relayed.
Yes.
So that's why you both have zookeeper outfits on the on the coat rack when I walk in.
But how sweet is that? Adopted at 3 weeks old.
Yeah, that's good.
It is very nice. And he had a sister too who was also adopted.
It sounds really sweet.
Very loving family.
But I think this isn't a case. This is a absolute perfect case for abortion over adoption. How many ladies did this guy rip?
Quite a bit, man. He
Come
admitted to
on.
17.
That's a lot.
17 streetwalkers that we could still have today.
I know. God bless them. It's like we'll never hear their footprints on the sidewalk again, Jake. We'll never see thongs rising up their fucking cracks.
Sounds like Destiny's got a broken heel out there. Either that or she caught one in the game.
That's a great Bon Jovi song. Whoa, Destiny's got a broken heel, yeah. Take my head and throw it in the East River. Oh, Destiny's got a broken heel, yeah.
Did you sing "Take My Head" and throw it in the East River?
He threw
heads in the East River.
Bro, he was throwing shit everywhere.
What?
Oh god.
So yeah, the East River was where he unloaded a lot of body parts. He actually, this is funny, Jake. The head of his first victim, he left on a golf course.
4. Okay. Whereabouts?
What's in the cup? Oh my God, what's in the cup? Trust me, buddy.
I'm going to need a mulligan on this one.
This is a birdie you don't want.
But there was a little creek on this golf course, and you guys know how it is. You're golfers. Jeff, you'll relate to this more than anybody else. Sometimes your balls don't go where they want to go.
Oh, no, they don't.
And these two fellows, the one guy lost his ball. His buddy walked with him. They go to this creek, and there's a head sitting there. The description that I heard of the head was that the ears were intact, the hair was flowing, but everything from the nose down was just fucking destroyed.
My God.
And they realized, I'll get more into that as we progress.
I was hoping you would.
Yeah. But I want to tell you a little bit more about Joel Rifkin's childhood. You feel bad for him. I feel bad for this guy all the way through. Even today when I hear him speak, because he gives interviews, still kicking.
Wow.
Yeah.
When's the last time he interviewed?
I saw one with him as recently as a year ago.
Holy shit, this guy is
Still doing well.
Yeah.
in the limelight.
I've always said, as long as you have a purpose in life, you'll keep going. And it's clear that he still has his purpose.
He guest hosted Good Morning with Kathy.
Oh, I think I saw he's going to be on the new Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate, Jake. When he was in school, he was made fun of for being dyslexic and being a stutterer.
Oh, man.
It's rough. He was very uncoordinated, so he did not fit in with the sports kids. He slouched so much that other children nicknamed him the Turtle.
All right. This guy needed a lot of work. He needed a whole season of Queer Eye
Yeah.
to get him up on his feet.
He needed to come out of his shell. That's what he needed.
I like that one, Jake. But here's one thing that I always thought about turtles. If
snap.
I were to be reincarnated as an animal, I would like to be called a turtle. If for no other reason, then think of like how much fun it would be to scream out slurs and just retreat into your shell.
So you need to be a turtle that was bought and then taught English, much in a Master Splinter situation.
No,
That's a tortoise, I think.
I would be reincarnated as Mike Rainey in turtle body. So I would always have the preloaded Mike Rainey knowledge.
Okay.
With my everybody I already don't like coming into this existence once again. And I would just scream every bad word I could think of until some bad children came and flipped me around and spun me.
And you're a breakdancing turtle.
Yeah, I could do that. Jake, in addition to all this, he was not very popular. And one thing that definitely didn't win him any friends was that he was a stone collector. You're not going to find many buddies collecting stones.
No, and honestly, I think people have moved past the bland stone. They're on to like gems and geodes at this point. So
Yeah.
just any rock you find in a park isn't going to be impressive to the guys who are already calling you the turtle
Pussy.
turtle tard guy. Yeah.
It's a turtle tard.
The stuttering turtle. Oh, my turtley. Turtle today, Junior.
This motherfucker's snapping. But Jake, he's really trying to socialize. And
Yeah.
I could really relate to this, buddy. Did you guys ever have problems socializing?
Every single day, Mike.
No,
Every single-
you've always had friends, right?
No.
What do you mean,
I got-
no?
Got a lot of acquaintances. I keep motherfuckers at arm's length.
Oh, that surprises me, Jake, because
Yeah.
you're so sweet and kind.
You didn't have a crew in grade school?
No, I did, but we all grew apart. Like, we didn't stay in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you weren't the weird turtley guy at the lunch table by
that's
himself,
true.
right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
JD, you had boys, right?
I had a crew, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple crews.
Oh,
they stayed separate.
Excuse me.
I was allowed to go between.
That's what I was. I was a bouncer.
Yeah.
I'd like go back to all of them, you know? Like a little pinball.
Oh,
They used to call me pinball. They'd never call me
they was
pinball.
smacking with them flippers, Jake.
That's because they saw my little gonads at one time. No.
Oh,
And your flipper.
And my
tilt.
10,000 points.
Jake, he tried to change that, so he joined the track team.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to have the posture for that.
I know, but maybe he's trying to fix himself.
Yeah, that's a good posture.
You
Stay away from the hurdles at first, buddy.
you got to be erect to be on the track team. I've always said that, Jake. And if you're erect, you should run track.
Man,
That's what. If you ever get in trouble for being erect in public, just tell the cops that. Say, I'm trying out for track. I'm a 37-year-old senior.
I'm in 33rd grade, and I've been wearing this wrestling singlet all day.
Dude. A singlet?
A singlet.
Are you going to high school in Japan?
I'm thinking about the Chinese donuts Maggie had delivered last night.
Oh, domo arigato. Give me one.
She thought they were before, and I said, so many cigarettes. Edit that out, Jeff.
It's so fun, though. It's so fun. You can't get in trouble if an accent is fun.
Oh, it's a very good donut. I don't show my face on here, so no one knows what I look
before,
like.
so if people really want to dig in.
We're going to make your face the thumbnail for this.
There are 3 ring cams on your street that have him doing that exact impression when we came in.
Yeah.
From all sharing one cigarette.
He was hitting that accent hard, and I look up and all the ring cameras are glowing.
I think they're all activated to detect a Japanese accent.
Yeah, they're actually Ling cameras.
Now we are talking.
But Jake, the kids on the team do not accept him. It's so sad.
Yeah.
They pull pranks on him all the time. What do you think they do to this poor turtle boy?
Oh, they probably
they tie his
underwear,
shoes together.
They put his head in the toilet.
The track team does?
Yes.
That sucks.
Why are they outside or inside?
You got to get changed somewhere, right?
Where do you piss at track practice? Where do you even piss at football practice?
I'm
You got to
sorry,
go into the woods.
But isn't a fucking anybody on the track team, no offense, a scrawny little bitch for the most part?
I think there's
Besides
probably
shot puts?
some very jacked individuals.
Maybe I'm thinking cross country.
Cross countries where like the real bony, feathery.
But I'm talking,
fellas
that's what I'm thinking.
The real
of.
chicken boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all them chicken
I'm thinking
boys.
sorry, my apologies, track. I was thinking chicken boys.
This guy's got cock on the brain all day.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
If you're on the sidelines watching any cross country race, that's all you hear. But Jake, in addition to putting his head in the toilet, on a chicken note, somebody brings a dead chicken to track practice. They hold him down and they shove it in his mouth.
What the fuck?
I know, man. This is how monsters are made. This one actually made me laugh. I think this is a fun trick. But they took his gym bag and they shoved it full of eggs and shaving cream.
That's
did
harmless.
Did they crack the eggs? Or were they already scrambled?
Well, they scrambled Joel Rifkin's eggs. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, no.
This is one prank that did not go over easy, Jake. He's like, fuck it, track's not for me. So he tries photography. He joins the yearbook club. That's nice.
That seems his speed.
It does. You were a stage crew guy, correct?
Stage crew, yeah.
And it led to you meeting your lovely wife.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My word.
He was moving sets all by himself.
Yeah.
And it's hard to turn that down.
And she said, hey, want to move this set?
And I said, I would like that very much.
Were you a club man in high school?
Senior year, I was drama class, but besides that, it was just. God bless you, Jeff. I think he said, "What a loser."
What possesses a boy to join drama club?
All the fucking jocks were in there.
Making fun of you?
I had already quit most of the sports that I played.
Yeah.
There were 2 jocks. I think there was 8 boys, 8 girls. 2 jocks. 4 of the... We did start a music club. We started a music club. We started a music club, and then we got kicked out of our own club that we made because we didn't do anything.
I think you're coming down with something, pal.
I mean, drama club, fucking music club.
Yeah. We started the club.
What was left?
We started it, and then they kicked us out of our own thing.
Yeah, no shit, man.
And then the very next week, they were playing in church. Mr. Bellamo really whipped him into shape. And if I ever see him, I'm going to whip his fucking ass out of shape. And that's a promise. I'll never forget that.
This is terrible, John. So he was the photographer for the yearbook club. At the end of the year, they have a big rap party. Isn't that fun? Jake, did you have a stage crew party at the end of the year?
Yeah, I think we had one, yeah. At the end of like each production, I think.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big house party.
Would you
really?
Yeah, kids getting pregnant.
Ew.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, sorry.
When you would go home for the night, would you say bye-bye, birdie?
Oh, like the show. No,
Yes.
I never said that.
He says that every time he zips his penis into his zipper.
More of a W sound.
I thought I was wearing sweatpants. What happened?
Bye, bye, buddy.
But Jake, the rap party, Joel is so excited for this. He's so pumped to be able to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if they tell him the wrong date or what.
No,
but
they don't.
They have it without him.
Man.
So he finds out that they already had this rap party.
Whew.
And he's brokenhearted. And his mother said it's the only time she ever heard him flustered
Yeah.
over something.
That is so cruel.
I know, you really feel for the boy.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucking dork do you have to be to not be accepted by the biggest dorks in the school? Jesus Christ, man.
It's truly a him problem, though, because it's everywhere he's going.
I know.
Not a single person.
The yearbook club?
Dude.
You mean the nuclear unfuckable monsters?
Wasn't that one of the Monsters, Inc. teams?
Isn't that where Wazowski got transferred from?
For a monster to be named later. Oh, man.
That is heartbreaking. Not sad enough to kill hookers.
I bet
and
you
chop their
he
heads
became
off.
most likely to murder hookers after that.
And he's a big fellow, too. He's 6'2".
Okay.
By the time he's in high school, Jesus.
Stick out like a sore thumb.
I don't know if it was at this point in high school, but eventually he grows to be 6'2". So he's a big oafy fucker.
Does he ever get the spine straightened out, or is he just a tall candy cane?
You keep doing it too, Jeff? Every time we talk about the spine, I just go like this.
My back be hurting.
It is hard to be erect, man. I tried so hard. There was a point where my posture was the greatest in boot camp because you have to sit crisscross applesauce and up straight because they really scream at you if you're not sitting up straight. So for 3 months of my life, my posture was pretty good. But after that, once you can like give yourself a little give,
Yeah.
you're gonna give it to your till you get it.
You giving yourself good right
Yeah.
there.
How long are you sitting crisscross applesauce erect?
Upwards of an hour. So
No
you're,
shit.
You're really because you would have to sit there. They would have things to show you, things to talk about.
Duck, goose.
They're not even spraying you with a hose or nothing?
No, you're just sitting there listening to men talk.
Oh, yeah, your kind of thing, huh?
They really don't abuse you in boot camp, which really surprised me. They don't curse and they don't abuse you.
Really?
No cursing. What's up
They
with
don't
that?
curse.
I thought that was like straight out the gate.
No,
Yeah.
they scream at you, but they do not curse. And I would tell you, Jake.
So that's fake about Forrest Gump then?
No, I think it was true back then, but then there was a point where I think they really reevaluated what was happening and said, we'll just scream at these fuckers.
Yeah, we'll just really be mean to them without cursing.
And it works. My feelings were hurt.
Works so good you left.
I did enjoy it, though, for a while. I thought it was fun.
You did all of the basic. And
Yeah.
that's what, 13
Yeah.
weeks?
Yeah, 13 weeks, and then you go to combat training, and then you go to your job training.
Is combat like learning how to shoot guns?
Well, you learn that in boot camp, but then when you get to combat training, you get to shoot the real cool weapons.
What is the coolest weapon you shot?
50 caliber. It's
Gatling gun?
no, well, you sit on the
Rifle.
ground and like it's on a tripod. And you can fire it into the tree line, and after everybody's done, they have fire trucks go out because it inevitably will set the trees on fire. It was so fucking fun, man.
That's not on Paris Island that you graduated
No,
from Paris
that
Island?
was Camp Lejeune in North Carolina.
That's
Okay.
so awesome.
Yeah,
And there's that many woods that you can just risk setting them on fire.
Oh, God, it was
and
heavy,
chopping
man.
down trees with guns.
There's so much fun stuff that you get to do.
That really, they got plenty of trees down in North Carolina. I'd love
Yeah.
to. Should I sign up for the service? Is that the only way to get to
I
do
would.
this?
What are you, 37 now?
I got to go through 13 weeks, then I can shoot a Gatling gun.
Yeah, in boot camp, I think you just shoot the M16, which I think is what they still use.
I'll show up now that I'm like confident.
Bring your own. Bring your own gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
They will appreciate the initiative. Sneak it onto the plane just so it's a surprise for the drill instructor.
They love surprises on the planes.
They do.
Good advice.
Yeah, I watch those videos all the time.
You don't see many close-up magicians on planes. Just getting up out of their seat.
Is this your World Trade Center? But Jake, Joel Rifkin dicks around after high school to the point where he's really losing his way. Like, he's really trying to fit in somewhere in high school. After high school, he goes to Nassau County Community College for a bit. He completes 12 credits, which is pretty good in my book. And you know how thick my book is. Large print book. It took me, what did it
a lot of pictures.
Like 21 years, I think, to get through community college. Maybe 20. Yeah, a good solid 20 to get through community college. So I think he's doing well.
You shouldn't be a doctor, but you should be a drug dealer, at least.
Thank you. Thank you. This is an important time because he starts picking up hookers, Jake, and he starts fantasizing about strangling them. Even while he's porking these poor ladies, he'll be porking them, and even once he doesn't kill, he'll be thinking about it as he's making dough babies inside of them.
Looks like you were making pottery there.
I make love like Ghost. Oh, my wife.
Hey, what's Whoopi Goldberg doing here?
That's just me in blackface.
I gotta say, I am jealous of a high school graduate who has the balls to start fucking a hooker.
I do too, man. That takes a lot. That's really a tough barrier to cross.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping right in.
I didn't have that barrier crossing ability till I was in my early 20s.
I still have not been able to, and I fear at this point I will not.
It is
border.
Nice. What's that?
Barrier and border crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, look at that.
But he's having these fantasies, Jake. And I want to add this before I move on. In 1988, he enrolls in a horticulture program at a local college in New York. So he's taking up horticulture. He wants to do landscaping. Kind of cool.
I like this direction.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. If the world won't accept you, the plant world will.
Yes. Yeah. Flowers can't say you're a gay bitch.
They can wilt. So he gets into horticulture, and the compulsions become too much in 1989, Jake. He lives with his mother. In March of 1989, his mom's going away on a business trip. You know what that means. I mean, I'm living it right now. My mother is gone for the night, so I can kind of do what I want now. If I wanted to bring a lady to the house right now, I could.
Oh, my God.
I could go find my own hooker, Jake.
And bring her to your family's home.
Mm-hmm. Just imagine you getting in your own bed and it's smelling like hooker.
Man.
Oh, man. They don't make noses like they used to.
Mike, why is my side of the bed covered in glitter? And why is there a picture of 3 kids that somebody does not have anymore? So, Jake, he brings a hooker back to his mother's house. And this hooker, she's known as Susie.
Okay.
Good hooker name, right?
Good regular name. I'm not against a Susie ever.
I'm not either, but I think it fits for hooker. Susie the Floozy.
Oh, you are a name rhymer.
Thank you.
What do you think they called Joel? Joel the Hole?
No.
Joel
the Pole because of how big he was, yeah.
Okay. And Pole's penis?
I don't know how big his dick was.
Because Hole was mouth and butthole.
I know, but I wouldn't say that about him because he wasn't taking it. He was giving it.
I think he was close. I think he was close to being Joel the Hole.
This is where we're going to agree to disagree.
And he's alive?
He is.
Joel the Hole, if you're listening, man, I'll make you a t-shirt that says Joel the Hole. And you can wear it in jail. That would be so funny.
So he brings this lady Susie back to his mother's place, and he says she's very annoying. And what annoys him is that he gets her into his car under the premise of providing drugs for her. They get some drugs, and she keeps asking him to get more and more drugs. And he's like, look, lady, I just kind of wanted to bring you back to my mom's house to have sex. She won't stop bugging him for these goddamn drugs.
Whoa.
So he's got this like commemorative artillery shell that he has.
Oh, no.
And he bludgeons her with it. Knocks her out. She comes to. And he says when she comes to, she ends up asking for more drugs again. So at this point, he gives her the old "why you little," strangles her to death, Jake.
Man.
I cannot believe she wanted more drugs when she woke up after being bludgeoned with a giant bullet.
But I mean, in her defense, it's like you don't know what hits you. Maybe the drugs are really hitting you hard, or maybe the man who's swinging.
Yeah, maybe this
something he bought at the Army Navy store at you.
Maybe this knot on my head was there when he picked me up. Maybe I woke up like this.
Yeah.
This is one of the most insane things that I read about him, is that he kills her by strangling her, and Jake, he dismembers her. What do you think he dismembers her with?
One of those turkey carving knives?
No, it's something that...
The electronic kind?
Yeah.
You're making me hungry now. Jake, it's something that had to have taken hours upon hours and upon hours to do all this shit to her. So he cut off her fingertips. He ripped out all of her teeth with pliers. But all the cutting is done by one instrument, and that one instrument is a goddamn X-Acto knife. You know how small a fucking X-Acto knife is?
Very small. Also,
he must have replaced a lot of blades that night.
Very sharp.
He was that was his superlative. Most likely to replace blades on an X-Acto knife because of cutting a hooker's head off.
They said it would be too wordy, but the formatting team on the yearbook crew really made it happen.
That's why they didn't invite him, because they had to fit all that into the one page, and they just didn't need him hovering around. But Jake, this is so fucked up, man.
He cut through bone with that?
He did, and he cuts this lady's head off, and he places it in a paint can. Now, I know what you're thinking. What kind of paint was it? Probably Kills.
I don't know that to
so
be a
primer.
Or the other brand of paint that you would find a dead hooker's head in might be Beheaded Woman Moore.
Okay.
Benjamin Moore.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Beheaded Woman, Benjamin. Beheaded Woman and Benjamin.
I barely got it.
I like that.
Did she have some kind of damn Beetlejuice head? That's a peanut head to get in that can. Not trying to call her Beetlejuice.
It is a small head container.
Did they make cans bigger back then?
That's like you carrying around a American Girl doll head.
Yeah.
It's a little small.
The first time I ran my fingers through my wife's head, I said, if I ever cut your head off, I'm going to have to use a pickle bucket.
And hopefully it's Eagles season. Because I like the one that they put the Eagles logo on at Home Depot.
And you'll still see the top of that bitch's head.
Jesus.
Go buck in the chat if you're with a pickle bucket headed bitch.
Man, I don't feel bad for the people who just write buck without getting it.
Bucket.
The love of my life, Jake. But he spreads her all over the place, and not in the good way. So, Jake... Her arms and torso are placed in the East River. This is the head that I mentioned goes onto the golf course. So
was it in the paint bucket when those golfers found it?
No, it was as is, and
it was the ball cleaner. I'm sorry.
They were actually they were driving the ball off of her lips.
Something's not right about this lay. Why would he? I don't know. I don't know what makes you think, like, I'm going to put part of her here. I'm going to put part of her there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's a power thing because only he would know where he placed her, or if it was just in his mind, all right, there's less likelihood of me being caught if she's in different places.
Do you know, this is probably not important information, but what hole she was left on?
I don't, Jake.
Okay. I was just curious.
I have respect. So I'm not even going to go there.
I want to know what kind...
In your mind, did you hope that she was close to the hot dogs at the turn?
Yeah, I wanted to know if she was near Valhalla.
Yeah,
that's really what I wanted to know.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, but it was incredibly inconsiderate of the newspapers to dub her the 20th hole.
I truly want to know. I'm curious to know the hole because I want to know the par. And if he valued her as a 3, a 4, or a 5.
I think he didn't care about the golf course necessarily as much as the running water. That was.
If you're going through that much to chop off fingertips, and you're thinking about every single detail.
Yeah, if you're cutting ladies up on the golf course, you're coming across as a real damn Jack the Nicholas. just terrible person, man. But this surprised me about him. He waits about a year before his next victim, which seems like a lot of time to pass between committing that dastardly of a deed to doing it again.
And he's 30 now.
89. Yeah.
So
good age. Like you're strong.
He gets
young,
into
virile.
it.
What?
He gets into it, and then he's like, okay.
Yeah.
See how this feels for a year.
Well, yeah, he probably rides the high for a while, then gets scared to do it again because of how close he was to getting caught the first time.
Right.
And then he probably starts researching how to not get caught and who to follow next, I guess.
All that in the consideration, plus now you got to worry about your mom.
No privacy.
Yeah, nothing. It's like, get out of my room, bitch.
Where did she vacation?
This was a business trip, and I don't know where she went.
This bitch doing business.
I know, this is business.
Business.
She goes away, and Jake, he brings another lady of the evening back to the house. This one, he ends up beating her to death with a table leg.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. She's got legs. She knows how to get smacked.
Did he put the leg back on afterwards, or that's it? Tables just...
You kind of have to, yeah, because your mom's going to know something's afoot.
Yeah, when the bread's on the floor.
Yeah.
You know how when you're poor like I was growing up, you keep the bread on the kitchen table for everybody.
God forbid the kids from high school know this motherfucker's got bread on the floor, too. Oh, man. So he ends up cutting this lady up to putting her into buckets of concrete, mixing them in, and this all of her goes into the East River.
Whoa.
In 1991, Jake, he starts his own landscaping company. Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting.
It is.
Had he been working for someone all this time?
Yeah, he's got a series of odd jobs, and he does have some landscaping gigs with other people, but now it's like, I don't know if this is like, hey, I just want to do something cool, or if it's like, man, I'll have a lot more alone time if I have my own business. And I know he also does rent a space where he's able to keep a lot of his equipment, so I don't know if that was just like a front to be able to just do fucked up shit and store bodies there, because I know he eventually stores people there.
Wow.
But 91 is where his murderous wings really take flight. 91 and 92, he murders 14 ladies.
Oh, my God.
Which is a lot by anybody's standards.
That's a huge jump.
It is.
Jesus, man.
He's
He
not afraid anymore.
really just dipped his toe
Yeah.
for that first time. And then
Cannonballed into the dead hooker waters.
Yeah, he walked away from the pool for 6 months and then walked back and was like, you know what, I'm just going to fucking cannonball on that bitch. I'm going up to the fucking high dive. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not scared anymore.
And that's the thing. It's like, once you realize you're not a scale, you can do anything.
Whoa.
I just want anybody out there listening to know that. Then,
what is it, Mike?
If you're not a scaled anymore, you can do anything.
It barely picked up with my eyes, so I can guarantee the camera did not see it.
He's 15 feet from the lens. Just like...
If you're listening, he has a bucket of glitter next to him at all times.
Oh, no.
Anything is possible.
And he glitzes himself.
I still didn't see it, and I'm right here.
Jeff, are you picking this up, man? Anything is possible. That had to.
Oh, I saw it at that time.
It's less magical when I use a lot more.
Yeah, it kind of gets you pissed off.
And my lovely wife is usually kind enough to clean all this up for me, but she's not here tonight, so I got to clean this up like a goddamn dickhead.
Why did you do that, Mike?
Or we could just go straight to the strip club and all have an excuse.
I like that.
Yeah, we have video
I like the way you
evidence.
think.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jake, 14 dead hookers in 91 and 92. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And as we get into 1993, his final murder, all right, June 24th, 1993, right in the midst of the Phillies' classic World Series run.
Yep.
What a year that was for them.
That was an exciting year.
93, baby, watching some Boy Meets World.
Oh, my God.
Topanga was still weird and not hot, so I didn't know how I felt about her.
Oh my god!
I didn't know how I felt about my boner, I should say.
Did you aware of your boners, Jake?
Probably not in 93, probably 90, 99. I figured them out.
It took that long?
No.
At least you got to know by Y2K.
Right, actually how it happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why, Fallout Shelter?
Yeah.
His penis didn't know how to calculate a year that started with a 2.
Yeah.
It was actually...
malfunction.
His penis was actually shrinking, so they were all counting down. 7, 6, 5.
I'd kill to start at 7.
Oh, my God.
4, 3, 2.
All right, he's back up to 3.5. Might be able to finish this after all.
In 1993, he kills at least 4 hookers, Jake.
Really?
Yeah.
Change your pace.
Which between January and June, that's a lot. It's like one every 6 weeks, I would guess.
Are they all from a concentrated area, or is he going into the city a lot?
I think mostly Long Island. He does go into the city on occasion.
It's crazy to think that there's that many hookers in Long Island.
That's what I was
They're
just
everywhere.
thinking.
Like, for real, like I would never be able to spot a
Dude,
hooker.
think about Gilgo Beach guy.
Yeah. But I feel like I know a lot of his are old, but I feel like back then it had to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they did have those phone book ads, and maybe those were
Yeah.
real. Maybe it wasn't people walking the street.
Yeah,
That's the
Pretty
only thing I
Woman.
picture when I hear of hookers is walking the street.
Julia Roberts and that other girl.
Laura St. Giacomo.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody watched Just Shoot Me.
That's what I say every night before I go to bed.
Right before his eyes close.
One thing I always didn't like about Pretty Woman is I wish, like, she had one load in her before she met Richard Gere. Wouldn't that have been more redeeming?
What do you mean?
I know what you mean. Like she was, God, what a creepy word to use. Clean. Like there was you never saw her have any contact with anybody else.
I think it would have been more magical if there was like one real nitty gritty hooker experience before she met the man of her
Opening
dreams
credits.
who shoves gerbils up his ass.
That's actually what she's paid to do.
Yeah. Oh, what if they're butt to butt and her gerbil crawls out of her into him, and that's like what Richard Gere has her do.
And that's how the gerbils met.
The gerbil's kiss.
Yeah. They call that a meat shoot.
Yeah, I think we're due
Pet
for a
Shop
remake.
Buffet, yeah. Jake, John, are you ready to make eating easy?
Finally, yes.
You need Factor. Chef-made gourmet meals that are ready to eat in 2 minutes is the name of the game for 2025. You can even lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor's keto meals based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto. Results will obviously vary based on diet and exercise, but Factor makes it so easy to give it your all. I love Factor. Jake, I suck down Factor meals like there's no tomorrow.
I can tell. Sometimes I come over, I'm like, let me smell your breath, Mike.
And you tell I've been sucking Factor.
I'm like, is that Factor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a Factor hog.
Yes, you are.
No, but 2 minutes, delicious meals ready to eat, which is a very nice option to have because we don't really make too many meals in this house. So it's very nice to have. I'm on the go, pop a Factor in. It's delicious. I'm ready to eat. I'm good to go.
Perfect.
And I don't werewolf anymore. I'm a big werewolfer, but Factor, I don't need to ask the police to shoot me.
Factor keeps the werewolf at bay.
They do. I'm not tearing through my denim anymore.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I'm not getting shot by police anymore. All thanks to Factor.
And
Taking
you're
care of my
finally
tummy.
you're heating up your meals again.
We are, yes. So you can tell everybody's happy in this house.
For a while there, you were biting into frozen TV dinners, right?
I know, and I still feel bad about it, man. With 40 meal options to choose from each week, you can't go wrong by making your life easier and more delicious with Factor. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/stinker50off and use code stinker50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's stinker50off at factormeals.com/stinker50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Factor is delicious. But at least 4 hookers in 93, Jake, and his final lady that he kills is a lady by the name of Tiffany Bersconi from Louisiana. So she's a bayou lady.
She's from down in the bog.
Bog, yeah.
Down the
She
bog.
came up here to the city, though.
Yes. having a hard time with heroin, as we all do. And he ends up strangling her in a parking lot.
That's tough.
Yeah. Oh, before I go any further, there's one I want to add because this. All right. In 91, there was a lady who he was strangling to death. And he said that when he's strangling her, he's like, "Do you want to die?" And she's like, "Yeah." So he's like, "All right." So he ends up killing this lady who wanted to die.
Damn. Do you think she was reverse psychologying him right there?
Could have been. Yeah.
Yes, I do want to die.
Talk about an all-time backfire.
It's my favorite boy band.
All-time backfire?
Lou Pearlman's favorite.
They're actually what killed him.
He admits to more than he is caught for in the end.
Yeah, he's eventually convicted of 9, but he admits to 17 murders. Which, if a guy's going to admit to 17, I believe him. If he admits to 17, he does 17.
No, he's not bragging and he's not cutting himself short.
No, it's like he's somebody, when you watch him in interviews, he's an interesting figure. Like, he does try to garner sympathy. Like, there's one interview I saw where he talks about how sad the whole situation is because, not only because of all the ladies he killed, but because he threw his own life away.
Yeah.
Where it's like, brother, you kind of...
Killed 17.
Yeah, you got to...
Yeah. All the ladies I could have killed.
Yeah, I mean, that would be his speed.
Yeah.
But in 93, he kills this last hooker in a parking lot. And he goes to the store and gets some rope and tarp to wrap her up in. He's doing this in his mom's car, by the way.
Crazy.
He's got a work truck.
Yeah.
So using your mom's car...
Such a more appropriate vehicle. I don't know. Open bed, probably go with mom's long old person boat, you know?
Yeah. And you frame it on mom with the security camera.
Yes. That would be that's what I would do.
Mom's got probably a big trunk in that car, I would imagine.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Mama got that big trunk.
That's
He's talking about old lady fat asses.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a Buick or something.
Oh.
That's one thing that they don't tell you about ladies as they get older, but the butt shrink. You rarely see an old lady with a fat ass.
Is that for real?
It is, yeah. It's one of God's dirty tricks.
One of his motherfuckers.
I want to hear more of God's dirty tricks now, but man, that bums me out now.
Yeah, think of any old lady you've seen with a fucking fat dumper, man.
Oh, let's see.
Jeff, you mind searching that on my computer? Just, I think old lady fat dumper would be fine. Oldest lady fattest dumper, maybe in quotes.
So he puts her in his mom's car, and he ends up wrapping her up in a tarp and putting her in a wheelbarrow for 3 days.
On mom's property.
Yes. At the end of the 3rd day, so he puts her in the back of his truck. So he's looking to dispose of this woman's body at this point. He's got her wrapped up in the tarp. This fucking dickhead is driving around without license plates.
My God.
Because he doesn't have a plate, he gets pulled over by 2 cops. He immediately fucking takes off. There's like a 20-minute chase.
What?
He crashes into a tree, which is what the Dave Matthews song is about.
Crash
Into
to tree, yeah, we're hiding, baby.
Hack off my head a little more. Throw my head in the river.
Ooh.
You've got my balls across your cheeks. Slide to your puss. Slide in my meat. Cause a dripping belly.
Different song, correct lyrics. Just in a Dave Matthews zone at that point.
The cops look in the back of the truck when he crashes. Immediately upon coming upon this vehicle, they see somebody wrapped up in the tarp.
Man.
They see this body wrapped up in the back of the truck. He's then arrested.
A classic situation of, man, I hope I wrapped that tarp up nice. And then the cops immediately like, there's a body in that tarp.
Dude, he had actually gotten stopped once more when he was disposing of body parts. The cops saw him pulled over on the side of the road because they were all over the place. It was like he would put bodies in oil drums. He would just throw shit out off the side of the road.
Oh my God.
It was
litter bug.
Yeah, real fucking nasty ass. But it's kind of insane too that this was also happening at the same time where the Gilgo Beach murderer was killing people on Long Island.
And
What
there was
creepy-ass
probably some
fucking place.
concurrent
Yes.
potentially, right?
Yeah. So he admits, once he's busted, John, he admits to 17 murders. He goes to trial. He's eventually convicted of 9, and he's sentenced to 203 years to life.
And how old's that motherfucker now? It's almost 70, I guess.
41, 65.
65.
Yeah.
His lawyer got it down from 400.
Congrats on retiring.
Congrats.
And he's now at the Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, New York, which seems like a lovely place. It's near the Vermont border, upstate New York.
Clinton?
Yes.
As in where they sent Jeffrey Epstein to the Clinton cell? Could you imagine?
The Clinton cell.
Could you imagine if they actually called it that?
This is very creepy. This is something he would do. He would keep mementos from his victims. And when police went through his shit, they found 228 items belonging to victims.
Okay. Fucked up. Do you think this is a like he needs the trophy, right? Like he needs to have the
Much like you needed the trophy that you didn't win that you ended up taking home anyway.
Son of a bitch. I was hoping you
Remember
would
his karate trophy?
That was near Niagara Falls. That was upstate. Oh my God.
Pretty close to him, Jake.
Damn it. All right. I'll take a knee. I just think that
Take 2 and suck it.
you motherfucker.
Big ad from this motherfucker.
Happy New Year to you too.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to tell you, Jake, before I move on.
What? What is it, Mike?
This is bullshit. In 1987, Joel Rifkin, he got busted for propositioning an undercover cop.
In what year?
1987.
Huh. What'd they give him for that? Smack on the penis?
The judge hits it with the gavel.
A slap on the beehole?
You get a gavel to the dong and a backhand to the butthole.
All rise.
I can't.
No jail time, just a fine for that, I guess?
I don't know about that one, man.
God damn, they could have saved so many fucking people.
I know, it sounds like he encountered the cops so many times.
Yeah, but
But this was right before his first murder then, right? A few years?
1989 was his first one.
Yeah.
1987 was when he got busted for proposition in the undercover cop.
I
which
wonder
is
if...
nuts that it's
I wonder,
a crime.
I wonder if it would have been the first hooker he killed if that wasn't a cop.
Interesting.
I wonder if that threw him off the trail for a couple years of being like, the first time I try, I get busted by a fucking cop.
My luck.
And that sucked because I didn't
Yep.
get to have sex with a hooker or kill her, and I had to go to court. That fucking blew.
Yeah, you're strangling her. She's like, I'm a cop. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
And you think that it shouldn't be a crime? I think that is entrapment clear.
I do.
Clear, yeah.
I think sex work is regular ass work, and I think you should leave these fucking ladies alone.
Yeah, and I think more people should try to buy my penis at the Wawa.
What would you charge?
$5
For me to do work or for me to do none of the work?
Wow, it sounds like you got this figured out.
Yeah, I've had a payment plan.
Let's see your menu.
I guess it just basically boils down to 50 for me to sit, 100 for me to stand. And that's why I wear waterproof clothes all the time, Jake.
John, I've never seen your clothes come in more perfect for the scenario. Jesus Christ. Mike, you just fucking launched
I'm sorry.
non-alcoholic beer all over poor John here.
Sorry, man.
It's fine. It warms my fucking heart.
50 if you're
You don't
sitting,
have to do
100 if you're...
So much glitter fell off of him when they got up. Did
That
you see
was
all
the
that glitter
magic.
fall off?
Yeah. Dude, he got you good.
That was it.
He got you like that Jurassic Park fucking dinosaur.
I don't feel like he got me. I feel like I got him.
Oh, yeah, you got him.
That's a win, dude.
Yeah. What a way to end fucking 2024, huh, John?
I think the first spit take of the show.
Yeah.
Definitely the first one to be 100% in somebody's direction.
Incredible. Directly at you.
Oh, heavens, John.
Hey.
Oh, you're so funny, man.
Thanks for that, buddy.
Incredible.
Y'all are too damn much. Oh, how are your pets doing, John?
Little Mama's gonna live forever, unfortunately, and Rascal might need another surgery. He'll be fine. But we'll have $6,000 less.
A penis lengthening.
Yeah, he needs it to drag, man. I need for him to have it drag. And if my lady has to pay $6,000 for that, so be it. If it makes me happy, or we'll kill him. He's pretty annoying. He can be pretty annoying. He's been shitting in the upstairs bathroom.
Oh, no.
You named the poor guy Rascal. What do you expect out of him?
I know. Who came first, chicken or the egg? So 200 years then for the guy?
Yeah, it's still going strong, man.
200. What if he lives through the whole sentence?
Oh, God.
Could you imagine? There's going to come a day where, like, sentences are still, like, we think we're overdoing it. But, like, slowly people eventually end up being 200 years old.
No way. You think so?
Yeah, and they're like, well, you get 120 years. And you're 20 years now, so you'll never be that old. And then it's like the first 150-year-old guy comes out of jail ripped and pissed. Fucking murders the judge's whole family.
Imagine having to have your wits about you in jail at all times, and you're just aging out.
Oh, no. Well, I hope you would be regaled as an OG of the jail, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's
if you
the deal.
live that long.
There's got to be some perverts in there that want old ass. Like, could you imagine, like, just fucking a guy so old that dust comes out of his nostrils? That's got to be a turn on for somebody.
Then there's going to have to be some sort of defense system set up for this guy. You know what I mean?
Speak on it.
He's going to have
a gun?
No, just a revolving crew of
like
young security men.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
Well, what's his collateral going to be?
He's the king.
But why is he the king? Just because of age?
Yeah.
I don't think they respect age in there.
Well, no, I think it's time served, right? Like how long you been in there.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks for saving me.
That's one thing that I it's a serious question that I have that I've never thought about before is I wonder if there's any kind of lenience shown toward older guys.
I really hope so.
I think it's,
But a lot of those guys don't have fucking souls, so
Yeah.
it's really hard to say.
I wonder if there's like an old fucker unit.
Like a bad boy crew of the guys that fuck old guys?
No, hopefully not, but just where the wild hogs go.
Yeah.
When they've aged out of regular prison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be sick. A little
Lights
retirement
out.
home in the jail.
It's 4:30.
Yeah, and I just had supper 2 hours ago. I'm still on the hopper.
Man, it would be wild seeing. Do you think there's prisoners that are on rascal scooters in the prison?
That's a good question, Jake.
Probably not a scooter, but maybe a
That
wheelchair.
thing is just a rolling box of shivs.
Yeah.
So I probably not.
But so would be so would a wheelchair.
Wheelchair,
be, right?
yeah.
With, the spokes and stuff like that. Like.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe they just kill you once you lose your ability to walk. I don't know. Stilts? You can't have stilts.
Yeah. Stilts.
What are the things that go under your arms? Crutches. You can't have crutches because you can easily turn those into stilts. And now you're the tallest guy in the jail.
Yeah.
Now you're the king and you're even taller than the oldest guy.
Or maybe they trick you. Maybe they send you to the electric rascal. Any last words? What?
Just back into the button.
I'm going to rip a piss.
Go ahead, buddy. I'm going to talk to Jake more about prison.
Oh, please.
Jake, what do you think is the closest that you've ever come to being sent to jail?
God, I don't know. Maybe they got in a fight one time in public, like after a show. It was like when my band was playing, and cops came, but like nobody got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's probably the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really. I don't know. I don't do too much to warrant that much attention. You know?
You fly the straight and narrow.
Yeah, for the most part.
Jeff, you ever been on the wrong side of the law?
Yeah, actually, going back to crutches, I got arrested on crutches once.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I know. Yeah, we were hanging out, drinking behind a church, and smoking some reefer, doing bad boy things, and a bicycle cop like rolled up on us, and everyone scattered, but I couldn't get away because I was on crutches.
Yeah. Oh man!
When you went to court, did you have a leg to stand on?
I think I actually only got like community service. Like I didn't have anything on me, so they was just like considered like trespassing or something. So it wasn't like anything crazy. But
That's so lame.
I know.
Get a guy on crutches, man.
I know.
Yeah, just let them go. They're clearly going through something, you know. What about you, Mike? Have you gotten close to?
Dude, I have no idea how I've never gone to jail.
Really?
I got put in cuffs a handful of times.
A handful of times?
Yeah. Yeah, I had an incident out front here. I had an incident at my last house. There was a fight at a party I had. Like, yeah, I had just moved there. Well, both times. I had just moved into both places.
Yeah.
Within like a couple weeks where like I was being paraded out front of both houses.
Man.
Yeah, they took me out. They put me in the back of the car, and all my neighbors were fucking out here, so that was humiliating. But at my last house too, they made me fucking. They put me in handcuffs and they made me sit crisscross applesauce on my own fucking lawn.
Oh boy, that would drive. Yeah.
And naturally, every fucking neighbor comes out. They got to walk their dogs at that moment.
Oh yeah, everyone taking out the trash.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm gonna rake the leaves that are in front of our sidewalk.
Yeah, it's winter time.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Yeah.
But aside from that, no, I got pulled over 3 times in one night when I was drunk as shit. I don't know what you have to do to get a DUI.
Everyone I went to college with got a DUI except for me.
I have no idea how I avoided it.
This was in Newark, Delaware, though. Philly, I think it's impossible unless you fight the cop. Delco seems like Philly light almost, where it's like they got bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were already
impression I
operating
got.
a motor vehicle, you're probably good to keep it moving.
Did you consider this guy being arrested? Like,
I went to jail
Yeah,
yeah,
that counts.
for the pocket knife thing.
for a few
Oh,
hours.
God, yeah. Yeah.
I was in a jail cell. That's jail, right? And then prison's where you go to after trial.
I think prison is where you go when it's after more than 2 years. Like you can go to.
I was in just a holding cell then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think jail is like anywhere up to maybe 2 years. Then after that, you would get a prison sentence.
I think that would be. I've always considered it. I got taken to jail.
Yeah. Was it in the police station?
Yeah.
I mean, they tend to have a couple of cells in there, and there are other criminals in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that. I mean, I guess holding cell is the proper term.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's just a form of jail in my mind.
Were there other guys in there with you?
I had one guy in my cell, and then I think there was a cell within one guy next to me.
Did you fuck his butt?
I fucked his butt until they took his book away because he looked bored and he was reading it while I was butt fucking him, giving him my best. They did take his book away though. Like he must have been he jumped a turnstile, and I think he must have really been mistreated his arresting officer.
What was he reading?
A lady. I don't know what he was reading, but she said he was like, I can't read my book. She's like, no, I'm taking it. She was like, you can rip out some pages if you want.
Oh my God. Hey, do you want your gun back?
Meanwhile, my arresting officer took the weed out of my pocket and then put it in my jacket when I took it off and let me slide with it. Yeah.
Whoa.
But why even bust your balls in the first place if you're going to be that?
Exactly. Just take my knife and fucking keep it moving.
Right.
It's my birthday, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, man. Really,
Almost 10 years ago.
Really odd set of fucking guiding principles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though he really did Stockholm Syndrome me into thinking, oh, what a cool guy.
Yeah.
He didn't bust me on weed. in 2014, 15.
Are you guys Facebook friends?
He has not accepted. It's been pending for going on a decade.
Is that for real?
Yeah, Officer Batista.
No, you got to hit him up on Facebook. That's where you got to get him.
Throw the Facebook at him.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get there one day, Jake. Even like buying drugs. I've only had, pardon me. I've only had a really negative experience once buying drugs. I got jumped once. But out of all the times and all the situations I've been in, like, I almost felt like a fucking ghost. Yeah. And I don't know if that's just like par for everybody's course, where it's you're wandering in and out of these situations, and you know, it's just they know that violence, I guess, does attract the police.
You got jumped once?
I got jumped once. I went up to Bristol, and I was hanging out at this place called Otter Street, and I was looking for my buddy Eric, who was usually there, and he just happened to not be there that night. And I don't think I had a cell phone at the time, and I just assumed that he would show up at one point. And I called the bartender over to ask if he knew where my buddy Eric was, and he's like, "No, I don't know where he's at. He's usually here." And the guy next to me, or a couple seats down, he's like, "Yeah, I know him." He's like, "We're actually going to a party where he is." So I was like, "Oh, cool." So I struck up a conversation with them, and I was like, "Can you get any Coke?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll get whatever you want. How much do you want?" I think I asked for maybe like $100 worth or something. And he's like, "Yeah, we got to go meet the guy." So eventually we all left together. We got in the car. We picked this guy up. The guy actually did have Coke. He took it out. He put it on the dashboard, and he's like, "Who's this going to?" And then the driver's like, he made some kind of like hand signal to tell him like just to like put it away. And I was like, I think I'm kind of fucked here. So they pulled behind this industrial park, and the driver said, "Get out." And I was like, "All right, I'm probably fucked, so I should just get out." And as soon as I got out, like everybody got out of their like respective spots and just started punching me.
Why did they have to rob you and beat you up?
I don't know. Like I don't know. It's just the way scumbags are.
Did you at least get to keep the drugs?
I did not. But here's one thing that happened is they took my wallet, and I don't know how much money I had left other than the money that I had that I was going to spend on the Coke. They took my wallet. They took whatever money I had, and then like a week later, they mailed my ID back to me.
Damn.
Same exact thing as the cop saying, "I won't tell about the weed."
Yeah, it's like I appreciate
you've already
it.
fucked me so bad.
But here's the deal. I think there was one guy in the car who I think was just a regular guy who was just like, "All right, yeah, I guess we're partying together." I think he was the one who reluctantly got roped into this situation.
Did he throw some punches still?
There was just a lot of punches coming at me. So I don't know if everybody did, but the guy next to me just seemed like a decent guy. Everybody else seemed like a dirtbag.
You think he snuck the license out of the wallet and sent it back to you?
I think so.
Damn.
It
would be odd behavior for the instigator of the situation to do it. I mean, he roped you in from the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that guy. We're going to go party with him.
Yeah.
From then on.
Dude, I was...
No return address?
There is no honest person in this world who is excited to get Coke for another guy.
True.
To middleman a Coke transaction.
There's no benefit other than you go get it, you pinch off a bunch for yourself, and then you give it. But at the same time, if you're together when it's coming, that's bad news.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I would have shared it. And it's like, I think that's mutually understood in Coke world. But I had to call... I wandered around Bristol. Yeah, I definitely didn't have a phone because I ended up going to some random guy's house. It was a guy like walking into his house, and I was like, "Look, man, I just got robbed. Can I use your phone?" Because they took my keys too. Because my car was still at the Otter Street bar, and I had a spare key at my apartment. So I called my dad. I told him what happened. So I wasn't coming home. Like I was going to get drugs that night. So my dad drove all the way up to Bristol, brought me my spare key. I told him I was fine. I ended up going to my buddy Eric's apartment, and we ended up getting a little bit of Coke. But by the time it came, I was in like man in the mirror mode. I was like, maybe this is like what I need to stop. And I think I ended up going home the next morning though. But that was the only time anything like pretty bad happened.
I did not realize
it wasn't even that bad. But
you still went out for Coke after that.
You're already in that deep.
Yeah. That's wild. I knew about the jump. I didn't realize it was like, On with the night.
Yeah, the mission prevails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good soldier.
Eric's buddy was a guy who always had it, so he brought it.
Where the fuck was Eric this whole time, dude?
He was just somewhere else. He was just doing his thing.
And you said pre-cell phone kind of era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bristol's a nice town, so
It was pre-cell phone?
I didn't have one. So this was probably 2006.
That feels a little late.
Yeah, how did you not have a cell phone in 2006?
I don't think I got one until maybe 2010.
How many 9/11s went by? What? The 9th anniversary of 9/11? I used a classmate's cell phone on 9/11.
Yeah.
Fucking 13-year-old.
Who did you text?
I think I tried to call my mom, but none of the
yeah.
cell phones didn't work.
Yeah, I think I had a track phone.
I think they sent a tiny model airplane into one of our cell towers that day, too. That's what everybody was saying. I don't know.
I feel very lucky. And there's always, like, pills and Coke always had the most uneasy purchasing experiences.
Yeah, once the drugs get harder, so do the fucking...
It's always a fucking
client and business relationship.
With weed, is it as involved as, like, Coke is, where it's like, we got to go meet somebody, he's going to meet us here?
Not usually.
Just usually a one-and-done guy?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, yes, I have more weed than I need. You know what I mean?
Oh. This made me feel even worse about the situation. Is Eric Todd, my buddy. And when I met up with him, I was describing who it was. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, those are Penco Tech guys.
What's that mean?
Automotive students. So I got beat up by a bunch of automotive students.
Oh, man.
He knew the guy.
He knows them from hanging out there.
And the guy knew that you were Eric's friend. And he still robbed you and beat your ass.
That was a wild place. I don't know if it's still there, but I think it was called Otter Street Pub. And anytime you went in there, it was like the fucking cantina scene from Star Wars.
Was it really?
It is insane. I went into a bar like that last night for the first time ever. My boy got back from the Eagles game late. Mm-hmm. Like, he called me at like 10:30. And after a 1 o'clock game. I should have known better. He was in the bar that I've only walked by and never seen the inside of for a reason. I could just tell it's neighborhood. It's locals only. And I went in there last night, and I was like, Jesus. It was brighter than this room. So fucking bright. Like fluorescent office lights up top.
Whoa. And
just... Have you ever been in Good Time Tavern on York Street? It was what I expected. I think I record scratched. My buddy was blending in. He's got longer hair than me and a giant beard.
Yeah.
And he was playing it off. Everybody was looking at me. Everybody was wearing... I was the only one not wearing an Eagles jersey. So that's why I got the record scratch. My boy at least had camo on.
Oh, nice.
He had some camo shirt or hat. So they accept that in lieu of a Eagles jersey.
Camo?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the floors. I didn't really have that angle. I didn't venture past the beer fridge. Did not really venture. Oh, no, I went to the jukebox. Everybody said, what a loser. Yeah, the food on their menu looks okay. It did not seem like a place that had food when I was in there, though.
Do you have a favorite dive bar food?
I don't know. Would you consider Go & Co a dive bar?
No, I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah. I feel like I don't usually get food at a dive bar.
No? Like Tattooed Moms?
They have banging food. If I got the if I had the unlimited wristband that you get when you do their show back in the day, then that's absolutely my favorite. The ass basket is what I used to get.
Oh.
It's their appetizer sampler.
Oh, and no, it looks like it's closed, Mike.
Made me a real ass.
Oh.
Otter Street Takeout?
Used to have to go upstairs. Maybe...
Yeah, it's right next to Penco Tech.
Those boys didn't go far.
Whoa.
Dude, that sucks so bad. Stole your wallet, too? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck?
Bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Well, they went on to a life of robbing people with oil changes.
Yeah, upselling people for
No, I'm just kidding.
air filters.
Not to get political on here, guys.
I was actually just thinking, I daydreamed about driving the car, stealing my girlfriend's car and driving away from my family. And I was like, I gotta get an oil change before I put some real miles on this thing, you know? And I don't want to go to the place down the street, so I just envisioned, I was daydreaming about going to a Jiffy Lube, which I haven't done in years.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
But just mentally preparing myself for the, like that's how far my brain drifted, was me getting tense in real life, thinking about having to be like, nah, I just came in for the oil change, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fucking blue dream pen is good,
It
dude.
do be like that.
I wonder if there should be an option at Jiffy Lube where it's like, I'll pay $10 more up front for you not to ask me any questions.
Yeah, I mean, I think 5 would get him to shut up. But I guess if you don't have any 5s, then a 10.
Can you give me a 5 and 5 ones, please? And then you hand over the 5.
Do you have any greasy change?
I've always wanted to hide in that little spot at Jiffy Lube.
Be under the net?
Yeah.
Same.
Doesn't look fun down there.
It does. You got to be a Dinklage kind of guy to get down there, though.
Yo, what they doing down there?
That they fish them out of there. You drop a little rod in there and you reel them out. That's how they pass the time between customers. I was watching some footage of Tubbs was at a party and they rented a midget. And
in this year of our Lord 2024?
yeah, it surprised me because I didn't know you could still get them. And you can. There's a lot you can pick from too.
Yeah,
Celebrity impersonator kind of one?
They have those, but this one was just a regular Puerto Rican lady midget.
Ain't nothing regular about a Puerto Rican lady midget, Mike. That's pretty unique to me.
They can still be loud on the phone, Jake.
On the biggest little phone you ever saw. You gotta give a midget a Zach Morris cell phone. Just for the fact.
They need their friend to hold it up.
Dude, they were already on like iPhone 3 when you got your first cell phone. This can't be. It doesn't track.
My first phone was like one of those. It wasn't a flip phone, but it was just like one of those little rectangles.
Yeah.
And was it a prepaid phone?
With a keyboard or no?
Yeah, I could text, but I don't.
Like a slide out?
No, it wasn't. I eventually had one of those, but I think this was just a regular ass.
It wasn't a full touchscreen at this point.
No.
Oh, so like a Nokia, like one of those?
Yeah, it might have been.
It was like a brick where you had to do like LOL. You had to press like the 5 button 3 times.
Yeah. It was very tedious to have to deal with. But I don't think I got one of those until 2010.
I don't think you could have gotten one of those in 2010. They were like already gone.
I didn't get an iPhone until 2014.
Damn.
I had a what was like the slidey phone?
You on Interstellar Time.
The Sidekick.
Razor?
I think I had a Razor.
Okay.
Did the Razor slide up at some point?
Oh,
Kyocera was making some cool, fun flips
Yeah.
and slides.
Razor's usually flipped. But yeah, there was one that was Razor-esque.
Razor, I thought, was a
The
fold
chocolate?
at first.
I didn't have a chocolate.
Yeah, that was a Verizon one, wasn't it?
I think that was a slidey
Well, I
one.
guess all of them.
Verizon exclusive. That could have been, what, a Nokia? Man, remember when there was so many phone makers?
Yeah. They're all gone.
Motorola. I maybe Google
Nextel.
has
Oh, with the
My-
chirp,
now. Nokia.
you could chirp
oh, yeah.
someone.
my.
Nokia.
But I think all of my Nextels were Motorola's.
Sprint.
I used to love the chirp.
Chirp, chirp.
That's when minutes used to be a thing.
Yep.
And on this, you didn't need minutes. It was a two-way call.
Dude, yeah.
It was just a little radio. So fun.
Yeah.
I wish I could
so
still
cool.
do.
It's like a modern walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Long distance
Yep.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Insane that it could work across the country. Truly insane with hardly any delay. Did you ever... Dude, you missed Nextel. Nextel was over by the time you got your first cell phone?
Yeah, I remember guys at the bar having chirp phones.
Did you think it was the dumbest thing of all time?
No, I wanted one, but
Fuck.
I just had no money. I would just have to use my buddy Steve's phone.
Did he have a chirp?
He had all kinds of like cool stuff. I mean, he dropped out of school, but then he got a job as a crane mechanic. He was pretty capable. So like he was making decent money pretty early, and I was still putzing around.
Yeah.
So he had cool stuff, and I would just use his shit.
Nice.
2010 doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I definitely had it for when, maybe 2009 I might have got it, but I definitely didn't have it when the Phillies won the World Series. I don't remember having a phone then.
Did it turn from a flat phone to a screen sideways?
No, my first one was just a little rectangle.
No folding.
No, it's
No
like
sliding.
just the screen and then
And a
Your
rectangle shape.
Something like that.
no,
Like style wise, not like the
I could-
actual phone.
I could probably phone.
No, it had
always had like snake on it.
Did it have full button
Yeah, it was
keyboard
cool.
or just numbers and some? Yeah, no, that was 2009. When the Nokia brick was already in landfills for years at that point.
Yeah.
That was the phone in like till 05.
We had a family cell phone, and we had it. I'm not kidding
it
you.
never
It was
left the
in
house.
the junk drawer after we all got like our own
Yeah,
phones. We didn't like get rid of them.
like a track phone.
track phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a burner?
Yeah, yeah.
Prepaid.
My first actual phone was like a decent Android, but before that, I think I had maybe 2 prepaid phones.
Damn, first phone was a burner.
I thought it was great, man.
Yeah, it's fucking sick.
Load that boy up.
Burners don't look like that anymore, I don't think. Like
I don't know.
that still looked modern at the time.
Oh my god, yeah. When I had a prepaid phone, I would get like $40 on a card, and just man, I could call anybody right now.
You just call up somewhere just to be put on hold.
Now no one makes a single phone call.
We
No
kept
month.
that brick phone in the junk drawer, and then like years later we like found like a charger for it and turned it on. It still fucking worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things like would last for years.
Yeah. We're gonna really regret not having them during the end times. People are going to look for Nextels and not give a fuck about iPhones.
Yeah.
Unless you got it loaded up with like Entourage or like the Rock movies or
Welcome
any
to
of the
Alcatraz.
Alcatrazers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drop those off a fucking building and they would still ring when a foreman called.
Damn, yo.
That was the foreman phone.
Foreman as is in the TV show.
Foreman with the hard hat on. Don't
Okay.
make me come down there.
Yeah.
Don't make me.
I'm referring to that 70s show where they had cell phones.
When Red got the first cell phone,
Yes.
it was the size of a record player.
Damn. Jake, you have anything you want to promote, brother?
Oh man. Yeah, come to Punchline Friday, January 17th. We're having a little Jake and Friend show. Mike and John are going to be there. David James is going to be there. It's going to be a real hoot.
Mm-hmm.
9:45 show, late. Come get fucking
Bad boy hours.
yeah. Let's get wild, please.
You gonna whip it out long on that one?
I'm gonna whip it out, and it's gonna be
Sideways.
sideways, left, right, any way you want it.
Oh, he gonna whip around the whole crowd.
Yeah. How about you, John?
That's my next show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be at Helium this weekend. Probably too late for people to come to that. I think it's might be already sold out. Don't want to tell people I'm hosting anyway. Go to the Punchline to see Jake and Friends with these friends.
Yeah, I think that's my next show, too.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And thank you to everybody that's been buying my books at onperks.com. You can get all my stuff there. just about every book I've ever written. A bunch of other fun stuff too. A bunch of cool little stinker stuff, some dad meat stuff. Check out my link tree on all my social media, which is at Mike Rainey 82. You can see all my upcoming shows there. In 2025, I got my first headlining show, which is going to be at Lincoln Lodge in Chicago on May 4th. I need all my Rainiacs out for that one. So grab some tickets to that. I would love to see your smiling face there. And aside from that, yeah, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for being a patron and supporting the show. If you're not, what are you waiting for? Join the Patreon at patreon.com/Little Stinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. You get every episode ad-free, a week early. You get access to all of our live streams. Any live stream we do, you also get the audio with it, just for patrons. We got Stinker News every month. We got book club meetings. We got movie watch-alongs. We got live AMAs every month. Whatever you want us to do, we'll fucking do.
News. We do the news.
Stinker news.
Whatever, any suggestions you have, hit us with it. We'll probably end up fucking doing it. But
do you think he has Uggs on?
I thought he had Timberlands on.
No,
I think they're Uggs.
They're like knockoff Uggs, baby.
They look comfy, Jake.
They are comfy.
They're like slippers.
You can see the one where I dropped sushi on it the other day.
It looks exactly like you dropped sushi, dude. It's a perfect sushi drop.
Pretty good. I was like, man, this sushi's hitting the fucking spot, and then boom.
Were you using choppies? You chippy.
Well, plenty more where this came from on the Patreon. Patreon.com/Little Stinkers. And aside from that, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode. This has been so much fun to do. This is our last episode of 2024. What a fucking great year. Thanks to you guys. And thank you for making the show so much fucking fun. I look forward to doing this shit every week. It's the most fun I have.
Thank you guys so much.
We love you guys.
Love you so much.
Bye.
Get some big head this week. There's so much fucked up shit to get into. Stinkers.